I think it's cool when other females come into the gym. You don't see it enough.
Yeah.
We actually have about 6 females that train at Zoo BJJ, and I think that's awesome. But I think for most women, they don't really like training with guys, and but I think that's awesome when you have the opportunity to train with some big tough dudes. So
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Especially at the gym that you're at, you have just a ton of warriors there. Both Lauren and Ryder have been on my show, and they're just amazing people. Like, what is it, or who is it that pushes you the hardest in the gym?
what pushes me the hardest?
Yeah, like, just who is it at your gym that's like, yeah, you got this, keep going, keep fighting through this?
Um, Lauren definitely pushes me a lot.
Nice.
She's super tough, and we're always super competitive with each other. So
Hey guys, this episode is sponsored by Tranquil Turtle Massage. Tracy over there, the founder, she's a small town girl from Montana, loves God, loves her family, loves her friends, loves working out, fishing, and camping. She has a passion for helping those in need and enjoys being creative with woodworking, crocheting, healthy baking, pottery, and cooking. Look, she began her massage journey back in 2010, where she graduated from massage school up in Anchorage, Alaska. She specializes in her signature massages, the Hanu Infusion and the Hanu Ashiatsu, as well as the gua sha and manual lymphatic drainage. If you're looking for a massage specialist and someone who could get you feeling good, go see Tracy down at Tranquil Turtle Massage. And while you're there, check out CDA Microblading, offering Coeur d'Alene's best tattoo brows, plasma fibroblast, tightening, and PMU services right there in the heart of downtown Coeur d'Alene. Make sure you book your appointment at pnwmobilemassage.com. Kailey, you're an MMA fighter based out there at the Dog Pound Fight Team there in Missoula, Montana. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
thank you for having me.
I'd love to go back a little bit with my guests. Like, where did you grow up? What was childhood like for you?
So I grew up in Potomac, Montana, and then about 6 years ago we moved here to Missoula.
Very cool. And I was looking at, I mean, you won your amateur debut all the way. It was like this all-out war back in April for Fusion Fight League, which is a great promotion to fight for. But how did it feel to get that first win out of the way? And what does that after party look like for you?
It was so awesome to get that win. It was such a great experience, There's definitely a lot of things I felt like I need to improve on, but it was great just being able to go out there and do something I've always wanted to.
Yeah. And how did you celebrate your win?
Honestly, just ate some food and then drove back home the next morning.
That's awesome. That's the best way to be. Well, so when can us fans expect to see you back in the cage? You got anything planned?
I'm hoping for December.
Okay. Very cool. And you're probably a ways out, but is there thoughts of going pro? Is this something that you want to continue to go for? And is there a goal date in mind that you want to try to get that pro debut at?
So my goal eventually is UFC.
Nice.
And yeah, so hopefully I'd really like to go pro. I mean, after a few more amateur fights.
Sure. And looking at your Instagram there, it looks like you've been doing jiu-jitsu for a while now. How did you get into jiu-jitsu, and why did you ultimately decide to kind of step into the cage there?
So yeah, I've been training for 3 years. And I first started off with striking, and then I added jiu-jitsu into my game. So obviously getting that ground game is really important.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I just wanted to get in the cage, and yeah.
Come on. That's awesome. My son and my daughter both do jiu-jitsu. They've been in it for about 3 months now. And I love to see their growth and confidence and just getting in there and getting things done. My daughter's actually probably, most of the time, the only girl in the class. What are some of those tips that you would give like young girls thinking about maybe getting into jiu-jitsu, or even just women contemplating getting into jiu-jitsu?
Honestly, for me, it doesn't really bother me that much. And I think it's cool when other females come into the gym. you don't see it enough.
Yeah.
We actually have about 6 females that train at Zoo BJJ, and I think that's awesome. But I think for most women, they don't really like training with guys, and but I think that's awesome when you have the opportunity to train with some big tough dudes. So
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Especially at the gym that you're at, you have just a ton of warriors there. Both Lauren and Ryder have been on my show, and they're just amazing people. Like, what is it, or who is it that pushes you the hardest in the gym?
what pushes me the hardest?
Yeah, yeah. Like, just who is it at your gym that's like, yeah, you got this. Keep going. Keep fighting through this.
Um, Lauren definitely pushes me a lot.
Nice.
She's super tough, and we're always super competitive with each other. So
Very cool. Well, and then where's the best place for fans to connect with you on? Are you preferably on like Instagram, or do you have Facebook and Twitter as well that folks can connect with you on?
I have Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, cool. I'll be sure to drop the links down below in the description so folks can go and follow your journey. I wanted to shift to some fun questions there. When you're not training, you're not fighting, like what are you doing for fun?
So we do have a farm, so
Oh, nice.
that keeps me pretty busy, and I do 4-H, so there's always something keeping me busy there. But for the most part, I train, I lift, everything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, I mean, being in fighting, there's obviously the weight classes and things like that. But what's that favorite cheat food or cheat meal for you?
What was that?
What's your favorite cheat meal?
I don't know.
That's awesome. I'm a big music guy, so I love to ask the question, like, who's a favorite musician for you, or a favorite band for you? What type of music do you like to listen to?
It really depends. I think 80s is pretty cool,
Totally.
but I don't have a specific band.
Okay. That's awesome. Well, I also wanted to give you an opportunity, Kailey, to just give a shout out to coaches, teammates, sponsors, anything like that. The camera's all yours.
So I'd like to give a shout out to my coaches, my jiu-jitsu coach, Bob Brown, my MMA and striking coaches, Matt Powers and Connell Powers. I would also like to give a shout out to my supplement brand that I am an ambassador for, FNX Supplements. And I would also like to give a shout out to 2 of my main teammates, Lauren Wolf and Jen Schmill.
Come on. That's awesome. Kailey, it's such an honor to have you on my show. I'm excited to see you back in the cage to get some more fights under that belt and then go pro and back into the UFC eventually, which I'm totally pumped that you have that goal already set up. That is amazing. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day and jumping on the call with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
What's going on? Thank you so much for watching the show. I really appreciate it. Hey, I just wanted to do a quick introduction. If you've not seen my show or you don't know the services that I offer, I wanted to drop them to you right now. One, I do voiceover work. So if you're looking for a voiceover person to cover your motivational videos, or maybe it's Kickstarter videos or whatever it is, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you out there. I also work with brands on brand and product videos. So they'll send me their products to do reviews or box openings. Let me know. I'd love to work with you on your product as well and help you get that product out there. I also love to be able to share my story. So if I can make an impact on one person at your next speaking engagement, let me know. I love to talk about my story. I love to talk about how our past does not define our future, and morning routines and being consistent, how to be around those successful people that are just going to lift you up. Let's chat about having me speak at your next event. Let's make it happen. Again, thank you so much for checking out this show. Check out ericallenmedia.com. Really appreciate your time. Have an awesome day.